It's King Colin Walker. You know how we do, baby. I'm back and I'm better. Back and I'm better. Bruh, I forgot my own intro. That's how depressed I am right now. But guys, I'm back with another video. We're back with week 2 review. And honestly, in this video, I'm just gonna give everyone that's doing fantasy some major tips. Like, I'm gonna be dropping some major tips and what not to do. For example, first thing not to do is where's my team? Don't pick a whole bunch of players on the same team. Don't do that. Don't pick a whole bunch of players on the same team, because then you're not gonna have players playing all the time. Like, you're not. For example, where's my team? Okay, my team's right here. See, I have Kristaps Porzingis, Luka Doncic, and I have Tim Hardaway Jr., right? Before I even had Josh Jackson. So I had about 4 players on one team. And so then I didn't have a lot of players like on every single game day. And that's the most important thing. And when I go, as you guys can see, like, I'm 0-2. And I'm going to explain to you guys how I got annihilated last week, and I'm going to tell you guys what not to do. So that's the first thing what not to do is don't pick 4 or 3 guys on the same team. What you want to actually do is pick maximum 2 guys on the same team and then go move on to the next. It doesn't matter if the guy that you want to pick is it doesn't matter if he's scoring 16, 17 points. There's another guy on a different team that's going to score 16, 17 points. Just trust me. Don't pick same guys on the same team. You're going to regret it. Like, this, you're going to regret it. And I regret it too. Right now I'm trying to find the last week's matchup because I got annihilated. I actually got annihilated. And it kind of sucks how bad I lost, but I lost so bad I don't even know how to find what I'm looking for. That's how embarrassed I am, because it was just, David beat me 8-0. He beat me 8-0, and it was sad. Like, it was completely sad. Like, I got destroyed, right? So this is it right here. David, he's 2-0. He's first inside the East. I'm going to see the East with him. And I'm going to tell you guys what went wrong. Look at first of all, look at all of these minutes, right? You're going to see some players with low minutes and some players with extremely high minutes. So what he did, look, he had this guy play 4 games, 3 games, right? 2 games. He probably dropped and picked this guy up. Say 3 games, right? And you can see like their output. Some of them are not even that good. But you want to know what David did? He used up all of his acquisitions. For some silly reason, I put 7 acquisitions and I forgot to change it back to 5. And yeah, like, he used all 7 acquisitions. And you see my team, how low the minutes are, because Jimmy Butler was injured, Blake Griffin was injured, TJ Warren went injured. I dropped LaMelo for a stupid reason. I had to pick up Miles Turner. This guy has been playing bad the whole week. Only 14 points, 14 assists. Like, that's horrible. I think Kawhi Leonard missed a game because of his jaw. He missed, I think, the Minnesota game. I think so. And then what? DeMarcus Cousins finally played, but when he did play, only 25 minutes. I had to drop Josh Richardson because I can't have 4 or 5 Dallas players. So, like, I literally had the worst week out of everyone. I would have lost probably to everyone because all my players were dead. They were in ICU, and David used his acquisitions. He was dropping and picking players and doing everything the right way and what you're meant to do in fantasy. He stole my Clint Capella. It kills my heart. But I dropped him because he was injured, and then I was too late to pick him up. But I took his Miles Turner, and Miles Turner does a lot more on the stat sheet than Clint. So yeah, like David, I don't think he beat me. I think my own players, they gave up on me, they died on me, they lost composure, they lost passion, and that's what happens in this fantasy. Moving on to Daniel and David, this was the most exciting matchup of the day. This one went down to the final straw, and I was going to say props to Daniel because Daniel was meant to have the weakest team, but inside the first 2 weeks he played against David and Cornelius, and those two arguably have top 3 strongest teams inside the whole thing. And as you can see, they were both using up their acquisitions for taking. This is actually 5 out of 7 and 4 out of 7, but I changed it back to 5. And basically, yeah, their players just turned up for them. Cornelius, basically, Stephen Curry won him the day. Stephen Curry going monster that 62 points. It won him the day, and Daniel's team is looking more and more solid. Malkin came back after being on that COVID thing. Thomas Bryant for me is not consistent, so I dropped him. And then DeAndre Ayton, I feel like he's having a disappointing season. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone. But yeah, like Daniel's team is, I think it's a scary team because as Washington starts to win, Bradley Beal's stats are going to increase, and he's already going like 30 points a game. So it's crazy. And then Garland got injured as well for Daniel, so like that was also pivotal. And shockingly, his first round pick, he dropped his first pick, Derrick Rose. Like that was a big blooper. He dropped that, but I don't know why he dropped that, but it explains it. And then Larry versus Matthew. This was a silent matchup this week, right? But I'm gonna say props to Matthew because Larry's team is basically Space Jam, and Matthew's team, like compared to Larry's team, I'm not violating Matthew. That's my guy. But on paper, if you look at the teams, you would think that Larry's team is better. But Matthew managed his team brilliantly this week. I have to give it to him. Props to Matthew. Like he took that L the first time. He's like, best believe better days gonna come. And I gotta give it to my guy. Like he came back firing. He's like, you ain't gonna violate me like that. See, John Wall came back and he just in his first couple of games, this is solid. He filled up the whole thing, my guy. Got that right. And then Jonas Valanciunas is like the sickest pick for Matthew, sickest pick. And Tyler Hero, I feel like he's a volume shooter. He's gonna have his good days and bad days, but Matthew's team is looking more and more solid, more and more all around. And I feel like in the coming weeks, when the real teams start to settle and find their rhythm, players like Serge Ibaka are gonna be averaging more. Players like Justin Holiday, he could depreciate. But John Wall's certainly he's gonna go on an upward trend in stats. He's definitely DeMar DeRozan. He's gonna be consistent. Embiid is gonna be averaging 2 or 3 points more, two or three rebounds more. And yeah, as the season goes on, so Matthew's team is gonna be scarier. For Larry, I don't know how he got the draw, but I feel like Larry needs to improve his bench. I feel like he's not using the acquisitions enough. As you can see, 1 out of 5. I feel like he's not using it enough. I feel like he's just like, yeah, my team is good, so best believe I'm going to beat everyone. But he hasn't won a game yet. And in terms of filling up the stat sheet, he has Antetokounmpo, Paul George, and Bam Adebayo and Trae Young. Those are 4 guys who could average a triple-double in their sleep. And he's got high volume shooters inside Donovan and Zach LaVine. I honestly feel like he's got to drop this Andrew Wiggins. There's better guys in that waiver list. He's got to drop him. Or Steven Adams as well. And the RJ Barrett for me, I feel like 1 week he'll be good, the next week he won't be good. And going in for Fred and Chris, this matchup was boring because as soon as Ja Morant got injured, like everyone knew Chris was gonna win. Like Jaylen Brown, I think has been the biggest sleeper in this whole draft because this guy has been dropping 30-point games at least once a week, and he's been doing everything on the stat sheet, like 87 points, 2, 8, 8, 16, 9. Like, this guy has been feasting. He's been feasting. Chris Paul, the reason why I don't like Chris Paul as a pick is because he's going to only average about between 15 to 20 points. And then his assists are going to be no less than 8, 7, 8 a night, right? So for me, it's kind of just like I can find, like, what's his name in Lakers? Dennis Schroeder can do that for me. But he's going to grab me more rebounds than Chris Paul, if you get what I'm trying to say. Zion Williamson, I feel like had a super night, and then LeBron, he went crazy. I don't know why my guy. I don't know why young boy got Al Horford, but better days gonna come. And then this is just it's unacceptable. I don't know why he picked him back up, but this is unacceptable. Dang, I clicked something, but let me go right back. But Cole Anthony is unacceptable, and that's what I mean when you pick up guys like Cole Anthony. They just ruined the week for you, but Chris's team is solid. He picked up Marcus Smart, which was wise. Dylan Brooks, Ja Morant injured, so best believe he's going to be filling up that stat sheet, my guy. Fred VanVleet, David took him, but he nicked him right back. He got that right. And then I feel like for Chris, all he got to do now is, let me see, get rid of this guy. Get rid of Nurkic. And there's some guys on the waiver list that I want to mention in this video, but I can't, because the thing about this thing is that if you mention one guy, David is like on it. He's on it. So like I can't really be giving you guys the what's it? I can't really be giving you guys that full thing, because David is gonna steal my guys. So I have to do it in quiet. But you can see right here, Chris dropping Josh Jackson is a mistake, because this guy's averaging that's 2 steals and two blocks a game. That's crazy. And then this is a wise move. Steph Curry's been balling, so big ups to Daniel. Duncan Robinson is key. He had a bad week, but picking him back up is wise, because Jimmy Butler's going to be back from Miami, so more open looks for the shooters in Miami. And Harrison Barnes, that's a great pickup. This is smart. What he did right here is Kemba's injured, but he's only going to be out for like a month, right? So Daniel's going to put him on the injury list. So that's smart. I respect that move, Daniel. Like, Daniel's taking it seriously. I feel like we got into his head, and you know what they say when you get into someone's head, it's bad. Don't slap someone that down, because a real man is gonna find that as motivation and come back up. And Daniel's done that, so I respect him, mad. And he's even on top of me in the standings. But this is this week's standings. David's on top. Cornelius is second. Me and Daniel tied last place, and then Chris and Fred are on top of the West. And overall standings, as you guys can see, like, I'm just gonna be real. Like, look at my stats compared to everyone else. I'm having a nightmare season, right? And it's just because my team is dead. And that's what I'm trying to say. Another tip: don't pick injury-prone guys. If you know that these guys have nice stats, but they're gonna consistently get injured, it's not worth it. Pick a guy that's healthy, that's gonna play more and drop, let's say, 15 to 20 points. But because he's playing more over the course of the season, he's gonna have better stats and better input than the guy like Blake Griffin, who plays one, sits one, plays one, sits one. Because look at this, I have 961 points, and the next person that's close to me is 1,100. That's like a 40 point. That's a 40 point difference. That's a lot, in my opinion. And then compared to the number one, that's 1,400. Like, and then look at blocks. I'm like really behind. Steals, I'm up there, but I have one of the best defensive teams, but they're not playing. So, and then rebounds, I'm still in the mix, kind of, but I'm not. Because look, 508 to 312, that's almost a 200 point differential right there. The 3 points made, my team it's not on it, right? So that's what I'm trying to say, you guys gotta be wise in what you do. So right now, I'm just gonna show you guys the new matchups for the coming week of week 3. So week 3, I'm up against Daniel. We both coming off 2 straight losses, and Cornelius is up against David. This is gonna break the tiebreaker in the East and who's gonna be number one. I feel like in this matchup, it's gonna be very competitive. These two are both really competitive, and I feel like that some of them are gonna crack and make some big mistakes. So I'm gonna be excited to see that. Matthew versus Chris. These guys are both laid back people. So Matthew's gonna be doing his moves in the background. Chris is gonna be doing his moves in the background. Fred versus Larry. There's gonna be a funny matchup. But yo, before we end this video, there's one more thing we gotta do inside this league, and that's add another category. So everyone agreed that we should add another category, because at the end of the day, there's 9 categories and we can't have tiebreakers, right? We can't have tiebreakers and there's 9 categories. So I'm about to do that right now. And we had a discussion. Some people said turnovers. I didn't like turnovers because it's like, we are not playing basketball. We are not the ones turning the ball over. So it shouldn't be like that. And then double-double is way too easy. It's way too easy. Like, guys like Thomas Bryant can get double-double. So decided on triple-doubles because it's a miscellaneous stat, meaning that it's not going to be a high-volume stat. It's not going to be a high-volume stat, and not every player is going to be able to get it. And I looked at everyone's roster. Everyone has a guy that can get a double-double or average a double-double, triple-double. So it's not completely unfair. And that's it for today's video. I'm not going to do any roster changes on this thing because I don't want anyone to steal my ideas. But better days gonna come, and best believe I'm gonna get the W against Daniel. But it's King Colin Walker. You know how we do, baby.